I've travelled to the west of the region, to the village of Muchmarkle in the beautiful Malvern Hills near Ledbury. I've always loved traditional local food, and I'm about to meet a man who's as passionate about it as I am. Matt Slocum cooks everything from scratch and loves sourcing local produce for his restaurant, built on the side of a cider mill. So Matt, tell us about the restaurant.
17th century converted hay barn, so originally all the
beautiful.
Absolutely lovely original beams, and it's renovated about 10 years ago, and we've been here 7 years.
You pride yourself on local produce.
Oh, essential. Well, it's the core to our business. I mean, the things that we're passionate about is not just local produce, Shire produce, Herefordshire produce, but round the corner produce. You know, things that are literally the farm across the corner, the field over there.
So how local are we talking?
4 miles, 5 miles. I struggle to think of anything that's on the menu that comes from further than 10 miles away.
Tell us about some of your favourite dishes.
That's probably about my favourite local dish. You
can tell me about that
This
later.
is the lovely organic cider, local cider. But it's got to be our roast beef. Best cattle in the world are Herefords. The local farmer Simon breeds them with a Simmental, so they've got a fantastic definition. Aren't they beautiful animals? Okay.
And also, you're quite famous for your horseradish sauce.
Yeah, horseradish from Henry's back garden, which is just behind the house here.
So that's within the mile, then?
Well, I think about 200 yards, actually.
So, Matt, you're ready to cook something up for us. One of your special signature dishes?
Certainly are. Roast beef. Let's go. Herefordshire produces everything that the country produces as a whole, you can get from Herefordshire.
So you've seen your carrots growing?
Yeah. Been up to the guy's farm, sat in the field, had a glass of cider with him.
So seasonal produce, that's crucial to your business, you'd say?
Absolutely essential. And it gives an excitement, you know, and a vibrancy, and it's different and it's exciting when things come in season. And, oh, great, the asparagus is here, you know, and it really is. I get a real buzz out of when it arrives. And these guys bring this food to me, and there's still the juice running out the courgette tip, you know, because it's just been picked out of the field.
That looks fantastic, Matt. Can I start?
Oh, go on.
Where shall I start? I don't know where to begin.
With the beef, surely, and the horseradish.
Nice thick gravy as well.
Wow, it's good old-fashioned gravy. We like to make a traditional, dare I say it, farmhouse-style gravy, so you've got a bit of flour thickening in there.
That was fantastic.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Now, let's get down to the cider.
Oh, yes.
So you used the organic cider to make the gravy.
We did,
and that was delicious.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Would you actually serve that with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. It's rich, it's full-bodied, it's got plenty of oomph about it, you know, it matches the beef.
Have a little taste?
Why not? Cheers to you.
Cheers. Delicious.
I certainly hope you weren't enjoying the drink more than the food we're about to try, because you did look very happy lady there.
The food, you can see it's fantastic, but they really recommend having cider with your meal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did really enjoy tasting them all. Oh, I love it.
I think this is wonderful. It's got a fullness in its flavour. Anyway, looking at what we've got here, we've seen here from Matt Slocum at the Scrumpy Restaurant, we've got the rare roast sirloin of Muchmarkle beef.
Yeah.
And vanilla creme brulee with the damson and sloe gin ice cream, which all looks very, very good.
The whole plate, it couldn't actually be more local. You know, the produce is grown by the guys around the corner.
So just about everything on here.
Absolutely everything.
Maybe even the beans, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, even the beans. Oh, look at these wonderful little courgettes.
Baby courgettes. So he'll change what vegetables go with it depending on what the growers have got.
He knows how to cook a piece of beef, because this looks lovely. That is so tender.
But the thing is, it doesn't feel like there's in any way a compromise. He's making the most of what's on his doorstep.
He makes a good horseradish.
Nice, isn't it? And
absolutely lovely.
Yorkshire puddings, an extra yolk goes in there. You know, there's a story to tell about every element on the plate.
Well, that's interesting, because in my batter, I put an extra egg white.
So you go for lightness and he goes for richness, I suppose.
Are you trying to say mine aren't rich? Silvana, we could fall out here.
Anyway, I thought it was great. You know, it's a local restaurant and it's using local produce. And the guy himself is really an interesting man.
You know, he's making a great statement here. If you've got the product, give it to the public as they like it. And that is in terms of great simplicity, packed with flavour. I could sit here and eat the lot of it, but I think I've got to try the pudding as well. So we've got the vanilla creme brulee, and we've got the damson and sloe gin ice cream.
Yeah.
That's a nice ice cream.
Isn't it?
I like the fruit flavour.
Slightly, a little bit of tartness.
A little bit of tartness there. I have to say, very, very creamy.
Very creamy. Now, what's the
Very creamy.
biscuit?
It's just more like a little sort of shortcake sort of texture about it, but... Right, the brulee.
Well, it cracks.
It certainly cracks. What I love is somebody who understands their food. Most people think it has to be in the fridge, it has to be a set, you know, kind of vanilla custard.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it is.
Good.
But creme brulee is a burnt cream, and that's exactly what he's created here.
What about his topping?
I just wish that this had caramelised all the way through.
I wish it was a bit more vanilla-y. But it is still delicious.
But then this is being, you know, hypercritical.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a very, very good ice cream. I think the brulee itself, the most important thing, the cream underneath is absolutely delicious. What a taster. Great classic dishes, superbly executed, and of course, all local ingredients. Not much better than that. But the next one, well, this lady, she surprised us really with oils, mustards, chutneys, bit unusual, and quite a change.
I've come to the big skies of the North Lincolnshire Wolds to meet my next food hero. Antoinette McAndrew from Barnaby has turned a love of making chutneys in her own kitchen into a business, and she's loving every minute of it. So, Antoinette, you've got two of your best-selling chutneys on the go.
We do, yes.
Talk us through this one.
This one is a habanero chutney, which is the habs that we've brought dried in the
So you all use them dry so you can get them all year round, I suppose?
We do, yes.
They're not local?
They are. We grow them ourselves in our polytunnel.
Wow! So and then you dry them yourself?
We do, yes.
That's fantastic. And how many goes into a pot like this?
Into a pot like that would take 40.
Okay, and how many jars comes out of a pot like that?
About 35, 40.
So you get about a whole chilli in each pot.
Yes.
And what makes up the rest of the ingredients in here?
The rest of it in here, we've got local onions, apples, sultanas, vinegar and pickling spices.
What happens next?
We bring it to a boil, and we turn it down and let it simmer, and it reduces by approximately a third. And then once it's nice and thick, then we jar it all up, and then it is left for 3 months to stand before we sell it.
So we're off to the market then, and I'm finally going to get to have a taste.
That's right.
So, Antoinette, tell us how it all came about.
I've always made sort of chutneys, and we've always done infused oils. From being little, I learnt with my grandma.
Okay. Do you think that's where the passion for this comes from?
It is. My grandma was very much into, obviously, your home baking, and you went to grandma's and that's when you get all sticky and doughy, and we've just continued it forth.
Have you added to Grandma's recipe book?
We have expanded them, and we've added, Grandma obviously didn't do chilli things, and we've expanded it like that.
And how did it turn into a business?
It's all started because I was made redundant. It was coming up to Christmas, and we were obviously a salary down, so we sent out little hampers for Christmas presents.
So all homemade things in there?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
it's sort of escalated.
So you started getting a few commissions?
We did, yes.
And then how long have you been doing it now as a full-time thing?
3 years.
And it's completely a family business, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Who's involved?
My husband Christopher and my son Damien do most of the planting. My daughter Madeline and I do the harvesting and the cooking.
So how much of it is your own homegrown produce?
85% is grown on our farm.
And then if you want something like rhubarb or another vegetable or fruit that you don't grow, where do you source that?
The rhubarb in particular, every stick of rhubarb we use grows in our village. We operate a barter system.
Right.
The other people in our village who've got surplus crops bring them to me. They get made into chutneys and mustards, and then we send them back a finished jar in return.
Wow, so a finished jar?
Well, there's a couple of...
So you do a nice deal then?
We do, yes. It's local produce, local people, local food, and we stay local.
Now is the time to taste that chutney you were making. It's really unusual. It's delicious.
Well, there's no surprises here. I mean, look at all these great flavours, and looking at how we can introduce those into cooking rather than always utilising them as just the accompaniment.
Okay.
You know.
So making it part of the dish.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Let's put it into something and really get to know its strength. What I fancy actually with this rhubarb and orange chutney, which I do like the look of, and it does look and it smells really quite sweet with that little piquancy about it, which I enjoy. I thought perhaps turn this into
smell it, actually.
You can, can't you? Quite powerful. As soon as you move it around, it just releases. But I thought about turning this into a vinaigrette, a nice sort of salad dressing.
Okay.
And I thought, why don't we do a Midlands niçoise salad?
Very nice. Okay.
We'll need to be
So that's
prepped
my
up,
department then.
if you don't mind.
Not at all.
You've proved yourself on salads now, you see. I'm also going to have a go here at... let's have a look at the horseradish and mustard, because they're quite, if you think about it, quite sort of classic flavours, very British feel about them.
It's got some kick though, that one. I've tasted that.
Oh, it has,
Used it sparingly.
Well, in that case, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's think about putting that, because I was going to just serve it with some beef fillet here, some little medallions, nice little steaks, quick flash fry of them. But instead of actually utilising as it is, I wonder whether just put that into a cream, but instead let's make it into a hollandaise. After being told it's quite fiery, I think do a nice hollandaise sauce, as we know, is that very rich, creamy kind of buttery sauce. Let's take some lemon. And with that, I'm going to add just a little touch of water as well, just a drop. So nice, slow addition.
Are we going continuously?
We're going to go continuously.
You're making me feel nervous now. Are you ready?
If this splits, you know I've got somebody else to blame. Well, this is just going to take a few minutes now. And of course, we've had the great pleasure of tasting 3 of our contestants' food so far, and there's still 3 more to go. Not only that, they are here to win that fantastic prize of £40,000. And of course, the chance and the opportunity to get through to the final of Local Food Heroes. I'll continue whisking. We'll see you in a minute.